came down and we built 7 ponds in 10 days.
Oh my God. More than $500,000 in ponds here. It's incredible. And, oh my God.
I can barely hold her. And it just recirculates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He got full of rats yesterday.
I am not going to stop until I croak. Hey, what's going on? So you guys know this man. It's Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. Love him because if you would have said 7 or 8 years ago that my backyard would look like this, brother,
yeah,
I would not believe you. In fact, I didn't believe you when I first met you. Greg Wittstock, the pond guy, I'm gonna build you a pond. Well, I was like, yeah, right. We'll see that pond in a little bit. Here we are in Cayman Creek. This is one of the more extravagant ones that you, me, Brian, and Ed kind of came up with.
Yep.
Honestly, man, what you've done for my backyard and for my channel, and more importantly, for the animals, is just unmatched. There's no one that I've partnered with that has done more for Camp Kenan than you. And I just wanted to kind of use today's video as a way to kind of give back and show all the fun stuff we've done together.
Well, when you have turtles, how could it not be fun stuff?
Yeah, and this is what I love about Greg. He's a turtle nerd. That's what started his whole passion for building ponds, right? Look at that, now careful, they'll bite you.
Oh yeah, these guys.
That's a Mexican musk turtle.
And as small as they are, they got a mean bite.
Yeah, they do,
But yeah,
man.
it was turtles. Turtles got me going, and my first pond I built for my 11 pet turtles that I moved from New Jersey to Chicago in 1982, and that first pond leaked, turned green, and even my prize turtles migrated away. But that became my odyssey, ripping it out and rebuilding it, and now all of the systems, all of the processes that we teach today were based off of my backyard classroom.
Right, and your trial and error.
Trial and error.
And like the first biofalls was a garbage can modified.
Nope,
correct?
the first skimmer was a garbage can. The first biofalls was a cattle trough, the Rubbermaid cattle troughs.
There you go. So these guys have been doing some R&D for years. And what's great about Greg in this year for the winter retreat is not only are they building us an amazing habitat for some beautiful turtles that you'll see soon, but you know, you've cleaned out so many of my ponds, and you've even got some of your guys
just checking
for leaks. Look at this. These guys are awesome, man.
Well, these are certified Aquascape counters, grassroots nurseries out of Michigan.
Yeah, right on, grassroots. Thank you. Your customers have Cayman and alligators?
Not very many.
Yes.
Ty Clark, maybe, over at Igualand.
I don't think so. No, Ty. He doesn't have any crocodilians. But we've got Lucifer, and it's so awesome that Lucifer, we built Cayman Creek specifically for the Cayman.
Yep.
So this is what I said to Ed. I was like, hey, Ed, these guys need little pools. We don't need to worry so much about a giant pond. Let's create smaller pools. And how about some kind of river system? And boom, that's what he did. And you guys don't just do ponds.
Yep.
You do waterfalls.
Yes.
You do pondless waterfalls. You do urns. You make anything that you can think of for water features.
Decorative water features.
Yeah.
And what I love about this one, it's actually one system, but it's 2 water features because we have different habitats for the different elements.
Exactly. Let's step around. I'll point some of those little things out that were really personalized, to be honest. I mean, you guys are doing custom ponds. No 2 ponds are the same.
So the process to build each water feature feature is the same, 20 products and 20 steps, but every water feature is different because each setting is different. The animals or the house that we put it at is different.
Right.
So each water feature is a unique work of art, one-of-a-kind custom creation. But Grassroots and all of our certified aquaculture connoisseurs are trained in the work with Mother Nature, not against her, which is another way we connect. Besides turtles, it's keeping things environmentally impactful and friendly.
It's amazing, and we'll use Mother Nature to hide some of the man-made things we've done. For example, he was talking about it being two different systems. For those of you who've never seen Camp Kenan before, we actually have a culvert here, 2 culvert pipes cut in half, and then we stuck rebar in some cement kind of trench. It hardened, and so the larger caiman that are on the other side cannot come into this section. But the water and fish can swim back and forth.
And it's filtered with it. And the wetland filters up here.
Amazing.
An intake bay down there, just recirculates.
Yeah, let's go check out the other side. You can see some of the caiman that we have there. You know, what's great, guys, is this house, I'm sure, you know, you've seen some very elaborate or created some elaborate water features in your day. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put it out there, man. I really do believe you're helping me create the ultimate reptile paradise
Well,
here.
I just brought a new guy here because we were over at the Bush Wildlife Center putting in the panther pond, and he's never been here. He's like, oh, I've seen so many pictures. I go, welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's not only just the pond. There's also caves we've constructed. They do a lot of landscaping around the ponds. So Cayman Creek really is an amazing testament to their skills. I know that when Ed...
3 years? How long has
It's been about 3 years now. I know that when I talk to Ed, I got these new turtles, or I talk to Brian or talk to Greg. Hey, I got these new animals. What can we do for them? These guys jump into action. You know, Ed himself is a biologist.
Ed the pond professor, been with Aquascape for 32 years.
Amazing.
And so Ed's channel on Ed the Pond Professor is the why we do things, the scientific approach. Brian's channel, Team Aquascape, is the how, so the construction products. And mine is the what we do, the lifestyle. So between the how, the what, and the why, we kind of basically have all angles covered. And our goal is to get more people to successfully, like yourself, live in the Aquascape lifestyle.
And I'm living it. Let me tell you, it's so fun. You know, they become family. To be perfectly honest, a lot of the CACs, or the certified Aquascape contractors that have been to my house, some of them multiple times, they become just family. In fact, for this pond build, there's a gentleman, we'll see him in a little bit. His name's Billy. I call him Biceps Billy, or Billy Biceps. He's a Texan. I just have an affinity towards Texans. And, you know, you just meet these great people that share a passion, and my goodness, all the better for it.
Now, is Slinky back in here after the clean out?
Yeah, Slinky's here.
Okay, good.
So check this out. We're going to go to one of the other grand enclosures that they helped me build. Now, you guys know Slinky almost died. I called Greg. He saw the video. He's like, oh my God, Slinky. He's bonded with Slinky because Slinky ate that snake while Ed and Greg were here. And Greg's reaction was amazing. Oh my God! I don't know. I'm not happy about this, but this is Slinky, man. Is this incredible or what, guys? It was just like seeing the trials of life, yeah?
And this happened yesterday with the cane toad.
Yes, we had cane toads. You'll have to check out our Instagram. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If I were a customer, what would you bid this system out? Sure. Let's be realistic.
So we always put pricing in all of my videos. I try to explain like every feature is different. It's a custom creation. So this was actually kind of an easy build insofar as there was just a concrete slab around the outside, or blocks. So it was sandy soil to dig in, which made it easy. Digging conditions could vary. The rock that we used is native, so it's inexpensive rock.
Correct.
You know, that we use. We just recycled and repurposed some of the, you know, trees and stuff. I remember when we first got some of the stuff at Bush Wildlife.
Yes, right.
For the first pond that we built. So each one, there's going to be a big variance based on the materials. But a project like this, I would probably spec out for a crew of 4 to 5 guys, 2 days. So probably 40 hours per day. So if there's 4 guys, so about 80 man hours to build something like this. So you're looking at an investment of probably about $25,000 or $30,000. This is like a car. It's like a Toyota Camry.
Yeah, and it's funny, the ponds, you know, I always wanted one, and partnering with you and being able to do all this, you fed a childhood desire. You know, I'm one man.
Yeah.
And so you can do this. If you're a hobbyist, you know, you can
That's how we all started.
Right.
And I started as a 12-year-old kid.
Right. And you sell kits that someone can do, but there was a very interesting point you made, and something that I think is kind of important to hear, because many of you watching love animals, love turtles. Oh, this is beyond my scope. Or maybe you do have the financial resources to do it, but you want to do it yourself. But what would you say as far as having professionals do it?
So if we bid this out for 80 man hours,
Yeah.
to me, that's 4 guys, 2 days. For a homeowner, it's not gonna take him 80, it's gonna take him 160, and that's the entire summer, every weekend.
Yeah.
You know, type of a thing. So we always say, if you wanna save money, hire a certified Aquascape Counter, because they'll do it right the first time, which
Yep.
is important, because they've done it before, and they'll do it more efficiently and quicker. If you're a hobbyist and you take every weekend for the whole summer, who cares?
Right.
Right, because it's not gonna be as professional as a professional doing it, but that's how we all started. I mean, I started off as a 12-year-old kid, scrounging up. Back then, I was building ponds out of concrete, rebar rod from construction sites, and 3 rocks from the river.
Yeah.
You know, but we always say, whatever, if you want to do it done right the first time, hire it done, and if you want it done cheaper, hire a professional to do it, because they'll do it right the first time.
Copy that. So there's some wise words. So this was, again, another one of our enclosures that was purposely built for Slinky. I'm going to pull Slinky out.
Why is Slinky still in there when it's so warm out?
Well, because I think I need to shut off his heater and flip it. You know what I mean? He's just being lazy. See, he's just sleeping on his actual mat.
It's a pretty nice setup, yeah.
Yeah.
He got full of rats yesterday.
He did. He is a little fat and happy right now. All right, Slinky. Well, you go back to bed, buddy. I just wanted to show Greg how big and fat and happy he is in this enclosure. Of course, we built this, Greg, because I called you and you had seen that Slinky almost died.
Yeah.
And you were like, let me help you build something amazing for him, you know? So that's exactly what we did.
And what's crazy is this is the off season. The plant material's only going to get. Didn't you pull like a burl palm
man,
out?
I did. I pulled a lot of stuff out, and it is. We had a papyrus, and this is something I've been learning also. And we did videos on it. I actually love getting involved with my ecosystem ponds. I'm a hobbyist, to be perfectly honest, a professional reptile keeper, but I love tweaking everything, and I find out what works. Well, one thing I found out is that if you plant papyrus next to your biofalls, it's no good. It gets in between the seams. It just
down here in Florida, in Zone 5 Chicago, it wouldn't be a problem. In the winter, it'd be an annual. Here, it's a perennial. Comes back every year.
Exactly. So I ripped it out there, Greg. So we got to hide this, and I probably will wind up I'm going to be at the nursery quite a lot in the next few weeks because I'm going to be dressing up the new pond. So
you're going out to Holtz?
Wait a second. Hold on a second. You guys are sneaky.
Yeah, we cleaned it.
When you guys cleaned out the pond, they actually hid the biofalls.
So this is one of the things that I want to talk about, because I looked at this, and that's when you said, oh, and I remember you pulled the umbrella foam out, but I could see the actual filter.
Right.
When we're done, we don't want to see plastic. We don't want to see liner. We don't want to see pipes, okay? Especially if the animals could get to them. So all the guys did yesterday when they did a little clean out was they added the rocks and gravel back on this edge here to just camouflage it and hide it. And of course, now you can plant whatever plants you want around it. But the whole goal is it wants to be seamless. You don't want to know where the land ends and the water begins. And so plants, different size rocks, wood elements, all of these things help decorate it. The biggest mistake, Kenan, that I see, 2 mistakes that I see. Somebody builds too high of a waterfall. If you look at this waterfall, which is the edge of the biofalls where it gets filtered, to where it drops out there, that is probably 16 inches of drop.
Yeah.
But it looks natural. Most people build a high waterfall and it looks, I would say, like more like a volcano spewing lava than a natural waterfall. So instead of putting the waterfall here, we stuck it down here, dug it into the ground, because in nature, the way a water feature naturally forms is water erodes away the soil and exposes the stone. And so what we want to do is dig into the earth, not build up on the earth. And so many times people stack rock, and they put a pipe up and they shoot the water back in. So we have biofalls that water pools up and then spills down, eroding away the soil and exposing the stone.
I love the way you guys can design these and have it in your mind, because now you have this little puddle, like, well, pool rather. It's a pooling effect. And what it does also, that it creates little areas in your stream or pond. They have this kind of character, you know, or they're areas that the animals will sometimes just search out and use. For example, I'll see Slinky just allowing the water to cascade over him. He likes to stretch out in this. He'll hide under the logs.
So here you have fast moving water.
Yep.
Here you have slow moving water. And the only way that we were able to accomplish that
was
by having a liner. So sometimes people make it look like too thin, so we want to spread it out. And some of these rocks that we're using in here are 300-400 pound stones. And so they're going to take up a lot of space. So what you don't want to do is cut your liner too short. You know, a wood element like this on the edge. I mean, that liner is a 10-foot wide liner that we used in here.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, this is one of my favorite enclosures also. All right, well, why don't we have a walk, and we're going to go back to where it all began. Let's go to the front yard.
The first pond that we built in January February of 2018.
That's
after
right.
We met at the...
At Logan, well, no, at the Turtle and Tortoise Preservation Group.
We met at the TPA, the Turtle and Tortoise Preservation Group. I invited you immediately to come out to visit Logan Paul. You brought him pancake.
Yes, we had pancake.
Loved.
We are going to the first pond, but to get to the first pond,
Gotta go over Sophie's pond.
we're going over Sophia's pond. So we'll talk about Sophia's pond.
Yeah.
You know, there's different construction techniques to these ponds.
Yes.
And what's great about Camp Kenan is used, I mean, all of them. Sometimes you have a wetland, sometimes you have a biofall, sometimes we have an intake bay.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And sometimes we have giant trees that we use to actually create a, I know that they love to go into the logs.
There's a hide under there.
Which
Again,
we created for them. You know, and there's your umbrella palm.
yeah,
You know.
I got to get rid of that soon. That's the next thing to go.
So once again, the biofalls, I bet you there's probably maybe 20 inches of drop between this biofalls and the top of this water. So once again, not multiple feet. Just recirculates through the intake.
Now,
bay.
if you lived on a property that had different drastic changes in elevation, you would do something
as
more
long
drastic.
as you could carve in. But
Copy.
Florida is the flattest state.
Yep.
Followed by the second flattest state. You know what that is?
Kansas,
Illinois.
Illinois,
Where
Illinois.
we primarily work. Those are the two flattest states. So what you don't want to do is make something that will look unnatural.
Right.
I live now in Utah. You could build as high of a waterfall as you want because everywhere you look, there's mountains.
Gotcha. Well, this was Sophia's pond. It was actually the second pond, and the thinking behind it was, let's make it look like it's actually coming from one source, one water source, one spring. So that's what we did, and you accomplish that by.
So this was the
creating and
first
hiding
one,
things.
January 2018, and when we talked about it, of course, none of this was here. It was just,
Yeah.
you know, patchy, sandy, you know, grass. We loved the idea of going over a bridge to get in.
Yeah.
And instead of a wooden bridge at a place like this, a natural stone slab bridge just
Look at
seemed
that.
so perfect.
And I just was able to source a large flat piece
Yep.
of rock,
Yep.
which really just fit perfect. So this was my introduction to Greg, basically.
We came down and we built 7 ponds in 10 days.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, well, here we are. And again, crystal clear water. When the guys aren't doing it professionally, I am managing all the ponds here. And I gotta be honest, I enjoy it, number one. But, you know, the maintenance, it's not as bad as one would think.
So the thing about an ecosystem pond is it's not just the filters that are cleaning it, it's the gravel and the rock that are in it. So we hide the liner, protect it from the UV rays, especially down here in Florida. And then all of that place, just like in an aquarium, is surface area for bacteria to colonize. And so fish waste, or in this case, turtle waste and fish waste goes to the bottom and it just breaks down organically. And then once a year, you clean the biofalls out.
That's it, man. We got begging turtles. I hate
Oh
when they
my
beg. I like to
goodness.
feed them. Let's get these
Look
kids
at
happy.
'em.
Look at that.
What kind of turtle's that?
That is a painted river terrapin or Badiger borneensis. And
That's a Badiger.
that is a Badiger.
It's a small one.
Smaller, it's a juvenile. But yeah, these guys are great, man. And then, you know, I mentioned also about how I've become friends with a lot of the guys that came down and built stuff. And John Adams, who won Aquascape's Artist of the Year.
Modern Design Aquascape Inc out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
He went and he said, I'm gonna come back with my boys and we're gonna build you a stream that flows in. And that's the coolest thing about an aquascape ecosystem, is it can be added to.
Look at this guy.
It's modular.
He's tied up with his foot. He's like,
Still,
yeah,
he's
whatever.
fine. No big deal. Look at that. Let's go look at it. And they use the aquascape ecosystem technique. So basically what we did, or what they did, is we removed this edge of the pond, we pulled it back, we cleaned the liner. After they excavated all this, we laid the liner and then we peeled back that liner and married the two with the seam tape.
So now you've got a moat.
Yeah, that's right. And then we use the patio pond, we cut a notch in it, and that's actually part of the filter now. It filters through
That's
the
right.
canna that's in there.
Yep, the canna lilies. And what's great is the tortoises that live in here. By the way, here's what's great about an aquascape ecosystem. Let's move over. What's great about it is because we've built such a cool habitat, we've got one of the world's most endangered tortoises starting to excavate a nest. She probably actually already dug it now. She's putting the soil back.
What's crazy about that to me is we have a giant pond being built over there, and this turtle's just going about its natural business.
That's right, because because of what we've built here at the camp, in collaboration with each other, we've created a very balanced habitat that the animals feel very, very comfortable in.
Obviously.
They're drinking from the water, the pond turtles are swimming in the pond, we've got tortoises eating cactus, laying eggs, which is a sign that the animals are doing what they would do in nature. They're happy, they're healthy, and they're comfortable, they're calm. With all these people, we're here at a winter retreat. This is the second winter retreat
60
we have
people
had.
here.
Yeah, 60 people. Let me show you what we built on the first winter retreat with you guys. Let's walk this way. So this, I happen to be one of the luckier recipients because it seems to me that whenever a big project, they seem to fall all in my lap. Originally, there was gonna, right, well, here's the deal. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Originally, this next water feature was going to be at another location, but there was an issue.
Oh,
there was an issue.
Wow.
And I had the good sense to
6 years ago. I don't remember this. Okay.
I had the good sense to invite this guy to my wedding. I buttered him up, okay? So don't show him yet. Some of you may have never seen any of our ponds. This is a hell of a pond tour. So anyway, he calls me, goes, Kenan, do you want a rec pond? Here's what we'll do for you. And I said, yes, sir, I want one. Yes. And look what he built me.
I love this setting.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Yeah. So basically a recreation pond is the Ferrari of ponds.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know, and not just the cost of building one, but you know, all of the features and benefits. So we don't call them swim ponds as much as we call them rec ponds, because right now we're not swimming and yet we're recreating.
We're
enjoying
still,
it.
yeah.
We're seeing it and exploring it. So we built this originally for your turtles.
Yep.
That was 6 years ago. Last summer, Thomas Holtz Nurseries came down here. We planted it in
beautiful lilies, yeah.
Kate and you said, we love the lilies. Let's make another pond for the turtles, and we're going to keep this as a lily pond. So we designed the pond up there for the turtles, and then you said, you know what?
He's never going to let me live this down. He's not happy about this. So we were going to keep turtles out of this. Okay, and just have a beautiful lily garden. We swim in it. There are some beautiful African cichlids in this, so it's a really nice habitat. But then I got a call from Zoo Miami, and there are these turtles in need, and I'm not one to say no to a wayward turtle.
More turtles.
Yes, more turtles. So we're gonna keep turtles in here. As you can see, the lilies have disappeared because the turtles ate them.
So let's show them how we filter this.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So one of the things that a lot of people do is they try to use swimming pool filters to filter natural bodies of water. A swimming pool filter historically works with chemicals, where ecosystem pond works with bacteria biologically. So this is the Aquascape wetland filtration system. You can see the plants that are in it. We've got some fountains in there. The water gets pumped through a series of snorkels, centipedes, and aqua blocks, flows up through the gravel, which basically works exactly the way you would see in a fish tank. You pump the water, you flow through. That's filled with bacteria, helping break down the waste. The plants help to absorb the nitrites in the water, and it just recirculates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through this.
Well, here's the great thing also about a wetland filter as opposed to your average sand filter or something like that. You go to an aquarium, you go someplace like that, all that's off display. This is part of the water feature. This is a beautiful place too. And the great thing about a recreation pond is there a meditation area, there's a swimming area. Again, you are drawing life into your backyard. You are bringing nature to you. I find snakes, we find frogs, we find toads and crayfish. As you know, we found a toad the other day. I allow my lizards to recreate with me. You know, I can swim with my giant lizard. Those of you watching, you like lizards. It's pretty cool to swim with your turtles and lizards and get great footage. You know, the planting, setting up other enclosures near it so the animals can be near it. It's just really a beautiful spot.
And it's lower maintenance because it works with Mother Nature. So once a year we recommend, and you've even gone longer than that.
I did go much longer. I'm going to be waiting for the next winter retreat in the next 5 years when we build that lily pond finally.
I think you did one clean on your own of this, and we did one clean out. So 2 clean outs in 6 years. We recommend once a year, but this is going to be, as it continues to mature and age, it gets lower and lower maintenance because the plants get bigger, as you can see from your umbrella palm over there, and the ecosystem just continues to work. That's one of the things about ecosystem water features is almost nothing do you buy that it actually appreciates with age. But the longer it gets, the more natural it gets, the more healthy or biological it gets. And so it really takes about 3 full seasons to get it fully, the ecosystem fully established. And then as the plants grow, an investment that you put in 3 years ago, 5 years ago will increase in value versus if it was a kitchen or a bath or a car, it depreciates, where a water feature actually appreciates.
It's true, they get better with age. It's like it's been here for hundreds of years. We are about to move the biggest turtle at Camp Kenan and the largest turtle in South America. This is insane, dude. Look at this from Zoo Miami. Oh, it's a big and endangered Podocnemus expansive. Greg, go ahead and grab that girl. Look at her. Watch your fingers, though. She might get you. 150 pounds. Oh. She's massive, man. This is incredible. And, oh, my God.
I can barely hold her.
Of course, Greg. Guys, you know, oh, by the way, there's the pond father right there. He's hanging out. He's going to be our guest photographer here for Camp Kenan in a moment. But what's going on here, guys, is, all right, I've already upset you with the lilies, okay? And you know the best part about being your own boss is you can make decisions on the fly.
Yes.
All right. So here's the deal. I think that these guys are so big. Look at this. Look at that male. Is he beautiful? He's manageable. I cannot lift her by myself. There's just no way. She's so large that I don't think if I put her in this pond, it's just not gonna work. And we're supposed to get 3 more just as big as she is.
Oh my goodness.
So basically, guys, here's what I've decided. We are going to take the new turtles. They're gonna live in the recreation pond.
Okay.
So we're gonna swim with them in just a few moments. And then I'm gonna take Frida, who's the largest turtle in Asia. Check this out, guys. Here's Frida. We're gonna take Frida and Diego, as well as our fly river turtle, and we're gonna put them in the brand new pond that Greg and his team just built, and I already know the name of the pond.
Oh, that's cool.
We're gonna sling her in to this. We gotta make sure she's
let me
wrapped
get out.
up. Yeah, you get out, and she's moving. Oh, she's moving. We gotta get this over her head.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, let's get it in front of her somehow. There you go. This is not easy. Holy turtle. Oh my gosh, that is one big...
Literally, the whole thing is a turtle. Here we go.
Let's do
you wanna
this.
bring them both?
Yeah.
Well, you can carry that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Oh,
You carry that one, I'll
let's
push
go.
this one.
We're gonna go swimming with some endangered Brazilian Aru river turtles.
Woo!
How cool is that?
First people to do it.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is the most exciting thing, is actually getting these animals into the water.
I bet you this is 150 pounds.
Oh, I'll bet you you're right. The best part, let's go over here. Keep her right there. We'll put this guy in first. This is, by the way, we named him after our friends, Mark and Tina.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Mark and Tina.
Brits.
The Brits. They're amazing people. We bonded with them. And here we go. Here goes the male. And in the water. You guys ready?
You're in.
Crystal clear Aquascape ecosystem water. Oh,
That is
look
so
at that,
cool.
man. That is the best. Woo! These guys live in the Amazon. They are extremely fast swimmers. The coolest thing about them, though, is that they do mass egg laying. They lay their eggs. Babies incubate. When they hatch, the adults are still in the area. And what they do is they create a subsonic sound, a low frequency, that calls the baby turtles to follow them upstream. So they communicate. It's incredible. So hopefully we'll get some baby. But let's now get Big Mama out. We got to be careful with her. So my thought, I wonder if she can fit. I don't know if she can fit through the cave. That's how big she is.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put her in right here.
Yep.
Holy smoke, she's not gonna fit through our cave, Greg. Can you believe that?
I think she would hit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's insane. All right, let's figure this out. I guess the safest way would be to kind of get her on the deck and then just kind of shove her gently off. This is how I do it with the tortoise. All right, here she is. Here, pull that away. Let's see, because we got a nice deep...
Hold on, let me...
I cannot hold a giant fish. Oh my God! Woo! That is insane. Holy crap. I gotta be honest, I'm not excited about getting into this pond. It's gonna be a little
I
chilly.
love it. I can't
It's gonna be
wait.
a little chilly. Well, yeah, well, you know, you live in Park City and you also live in Chicago. We are gonna get some really cool underwater footage of myself and Greg as we see these beautiful animals in a very naturalistic environment. Did I mention this water's cold?
Wow, that was fun, buddy.
That was awesome.
I love my job.
I love his job too. Now, let's head on over to see why everyone came down to Florida for the 2025 Aquascape Winter Retreat.
Hey, you guys having fun at the winter retreat?
All right, we got our friends from England. That's awesome. So check it out. This is, I want you guys to know I am extremely conscious that I am very fortunate to have developed Camp Kenan, that I attracted the interest of someone like Greg. I don't think there's anyone else like Greg, to be perfectly honest. And I mean that.
And you.
And me, thank you. But what we've done in our friendship, obviously, we're both benefiting from this collaboration. And more importantly, other than us benefiting, I get a pond, the animals are getting the ultimate place that we can build for them in captivity. The animals that are gonna be living in here were living for the last 5 or 6 years off display, but they were on display, but they were in a moat. All they were doing, they were just in one of the lemur moats at Zoo Miami. So I want to just say it was kind of my idea. All right.
Your idea for them to do.
Yeah.
There's Billy Biceps.
There's Billy Biceps,
Hey,
my new
Biceps,
buddy.
Billy,
What's up? Go
let's see
ahead,
the
man. Let's
bicep.
see it. Yeah. He's a humble guy.
Yes, he is.
Humble man. Anyhow, we also had our good friend Mark Collette from Artistic Stone. I saw you griping. You didn't like that cement block.
Yes.
So I went ahead and I did that.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Pretty cool,
I
right?
thought it was Universal Rock, but it's Mark.
It's Mark, my buddy Mark Collette. So shout out to him. But bigger things, we've got this beautiful deck. We've got Ipe wood, Brazilian walnut that a friend of Tom and I donated to us. We've got a bridge over the intake bay stream.
You know, I think it's going to be hard to top the rec pond over there. But what I love about this, besides the incredible turtles we got going in here, I love this giant bamboo stalks.
Yeah.
The location of this is kind of like a little retreat from your house. I might be spending a lot of time out here.
Well, that's fine, because whenever Greg comes over to do one of these retreats, I'll open the door to go in my house and he's asleep on my couch. So we are certainly bonded. Now, you guys will remember, this is our wetland filter. We've got a beautiful, we're reusing some of our mango.
Repurposing the trees.
Because Kate happens to be allergic to mangoes. She wants them out of here. At least that one, that's where she parks. She's always getting a poison ivy type rash because mango is related to poison ivy. There you go.
Oh my.
It is. Anyhow, so we use it and again, water's gonna rise up.
Yeah, and then there's your snorkel.
Perfect.
For your clean out.
But here's the cool thing. We didn't quite see it on the rec pond back
You can
there.
see how deep, if you look down how deep that is, that's probably a good 4.5 feet down, and all that's filled with aqua blocks and gravel to filter the water as it flows back through the stream.
I think this one's gonna look amazing.
This is a cool area. I do agree.
Cool.
I agree with Greg. I did pick the location because there's no utilities here. It's easy for us to dig. I say that half-heartedly because I think Brian hit the only patch of bedrock in the state of Florida, so he had my jackhammer out. But this is my favorite plant. This is giant bamboo from Asia. I planted this in 2009. And
wow, how big was it?
It was a little sprig. It was a little sprig. And bamboo.
Fastest growing plant.
It is a grass. And then of course we've got sea breeze bamboo back here. So it does, when you're looking at it, it's just gonna be incredible. We are going to do a lot from this pond. As I mentioned, I love the ponds. I love planting them. And we're gonna have a walkway. Of course, Lumpy and the sulcata, the other sulcatas, the two females are gonna be wandering around here, but we'll have a pathway that actually, Tom, the pathway is gonna go around. So we'll have Lumpy's house, which we used, part of it
People don't even realize we're up on,
we're
what used
on
to be
top.
the Redfoot house.
Yes,
Now
it's Lumpy's house, and it's our tortoise bunker. It's heated in the winter, but it's also made out of concrete block, so it's a nice retaining wall. And then we have this beautiful sloping situation here. We'll probably get a few boulders in there, but we can plant it. We'll have natural mulch falling down, so it's gonna have this bed of bamboo leaves on it. We're gonna walk around. I'm gonna continue to expand out there. So we have, in essence, a new habitat and mini garden. And you know, Camp Kenan evolves, okay? As we do these projects, it evolves. We get more ideas. You guys give me ideas. I am not going to stop until I croak. We are going to, my life's mission is to transform this place into a reptile paradise. My goal is also to make sure these animals are happy and healthy. And you have been truly a good friend, not only to me, but to these animals. And I love you. I really do.
Yes.
And thank you for everything you've done for me.
All right,
I mean it, man. This is a good dude right here. A lunatic, but a
one
good
to know
dude.
one.